In this video, we are going to solve equations that have one solution, no solutions, or infinitely many solutions. Now, the first example is an equation that has one solution. I'm going to go quick through these kind of equations because we have worked on this for a long time. So I know you are expert at these equations already. Okay, now 7x plus 4 equals 12 plus 4x minus 2. Before I start working, I see if I can combine any terms so I can make my life easier and have shorter expressions. So I see here that 12 and negative 2 can be combined together. So the new equation I get is 7x plus 4 equals 12 minus 2 is 10 plus 4x. Now I can't combine anything else, so I'm going to start canceling. I see that I have variables on both sides, so my goal is to put all the variables on one side and all the constants on the other. So let me start by canceling this 4x. It's a positive 4x, so it's plus 4x. So if I subtract 4x, that means I can cancel that, because if I add 4x and then take away 4x, basically I've done nothing there. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. Look how I wrote the minus 4x right under the 7x. So by subtracting 7x minus 4x, I get a 3x there. I will bring down this 4 plus 4 equals, I'll bring down this 10 that's left on the other side. Now I'll cancel the 4 by subtracting 4 because it's plus 4 minus 4 will cancel that. Whatever I do to one side, I'll do to the other. So we have, this is canceled. We have 3x equals 10 minus 4, 6. 3 is being multiplied to x. So if I divide by 3, both sides, x equals 2. So this equation has one solution, and that solution is x equals 2. Now pause the video for a moment and go to that KME document in your practice folder and solve this equation. You can go back to the video and rewatch what we did because these two examples are very similar. So solve this equation and come back to answer the play pause it questions because they have to do with this equation. All right, let's take a look at another example. This example in this example, the equation has infinitely many solutions. Let's see what that means. Again, before I start canceling, I see if I can combine any like terms because I want the expressions to be in the simplest form. I see that I can combine 3 and 2 here. So see what I have. 6x plus 5 equals 3 plus 2 is 5. So that would be 5 plus 6x. I see I have variables on both sides. So I'm going to start by canceling this 6x since it's being added. If I subtract 6x, I can cancel that. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. But it happens to be 6x minus 6x is 0 there too, so they happen to be canceled as well. I'm going to bring down the numbers that I have left. On this side, I have left a 5. And on this other side, I also have left a 5. Now compare the two sides. 5 equals 5. This is a true statement. When you end up with the true statement like this, this means that whatever value the x have, it's going to end up being equal on both sides. So this statement will be true, whatever value x has. So it's called identity, or it's called infinitely many solutions. Either or, so you would have to write infinitely many solutions. All right, for this kind of equation. So if you end up with two equal numbers or one number on equal numbers on each side, that means that it's infinitely many solutions. Now pause the video for a moment and go to this example 2 on Kami. Solve this example. You can come back to the video if you're stuck with it, and then answer the PlayPosit question that has to do with example 2. All right. Example 3. Again, it's infinitely many solutions. So let's take a look at what I can do here to make this expression of each side simpler. I use the distributive property, multiplying this -2 with all the terms that are inside. So I get -2 times 3x, -6x, -2 times +6. I get -12 equals 3 times -2x. I get -6x. 3 times -4. Take the sign with to avoid the double signs, okay? That is -12. So now I can't combine anything, so let me start canceling. I will add 6x here so I can get rid of this 6x. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. All right, 6x. That happens to be canceled too because it was a -6x. So let me bring down what I have. -12 on this side equals, and I have -12 on this other side as well. So these two sides are equal because -12 equals -12. So this type of equation has infinitely many solutions, or it's an identity equation. Now go back to the document, pause the video, go back to the document and finish example 3 on Kami, come back and enter that answer in the PlayPosit video for grading. Okay, the next example is an example of an equation that has no solution. Again, we are going to try to combine like terms. Let's see what we can do here. -3x, -2x, they can be combined because they are like terms. So I get -5x from there, -6 equals. I can also combine this -9x and +4x, and I get -5x from there because -9x plus 4x is -5x. Plus 3. Now I can't combine anymore, so let me start canceling. Variables on both sides, so I'm going to get rid of this 5x, -5x, by adding 5x from to that side. -5x, +5x, these are opposites, cancel each other. Whatever I do to this side, I do to the other, so I add 5x there too, okay? I'm going through these steps fast because we have worked for weeks on this. It's just the final step that's new. And this happens to be canceled. So I'm going to bring down this -6 equals. I will bring down this +3. But is -6 equal to 3? It is not. So that's not a true statement. That this means that you cannot find a number to substitute the x for to make these two sides equal. So this equation has no solution. Okay? You are going to pause the video right now, go to the Kami document there, and complete example 4. Come back to the video to enter your answer. Okay? Example 5. All right. Let's combine like terms. 4 times 2x and then 4 times -3. 4 times 2x is 8x. 4 times -3 is -12. Minus 5x equals 3x plus 3. Okay. Let's see if I can combine more like terms here. I see an 8x and a -5x. Remember how I always said take the sign with so you know what you're doing. So what you're doing here is 8x minus 5x, which equals 3x. Minus 12 equals 3x plus 3. I see I have variables on both sides. So let me cancel this 3x by subtracting 3x, because 3x minus 3x will equal 0. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. -3x there too. But that will equal 0 as well. So let me see what I have left. I bring down this -12 equals, and I bring down what's left on this side, which is a 3. But -12 does not equal 3. that statement is not true, that negative 12 equals, it's not true. So they don't equal each other. So that equation has no solution, no solution. You cannot find a number that you can substitute the x for and make those two sides equal. Now pause the video, go to the Kami doc, complete that example, come back to the video for the answer, and submit the document for points. This is it. Please let me know if you have any questions.